Welcome back to Tornado Talk for episode 62. I'm Noah Amos, and I'm joined by
Marvin Johnson.
And today we have a special guest on our podcast.
He's a junior,
a boarder from Atlanta,
a power lifter,
Olympic weightlifter,
Johnny Jamieson. Johnny, thank you for being on the show with us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Johnny, this has been in the works for so
years
long.
Years, actually.
I don't know about that.
How does it feel to finally be here?
I'm excited. I've been wanting to be on Tornado Talk since freshman year. Actually, since before I got to McCallie, I totally would listen to the Tornado Talk when I applied because I thought it was pretty interesting, like with Wes and who was the other co-host? I don't know.
Jacob Belial?
I just knew Wes because he was my Presley RA. But anyway, yeah, I would totally. I'd love to be here.
Yeah. Well, we're glad
excited to have
get you on for sure. Have you? So you said you've watched. So you know some of the games we play, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Kinda.
So we're gonna do your episode of Quick Fire. So we want you to just answer these questions as honest as possible. Don't really think about it.
Yeah, as fast as you can.
Okay.
It's like boom, right away. All right. So no, you can take it away.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Morning or night lift?
Night.
Favorite dining hall dish?
Orange chicken.
First song you play on aux?
I don't know. That could be so many different things. It depends. Give Me More by Britney Spears.
Favorite lift?
Back squat.
Best season?
Spring.
Dang, pretty good right there.
Solid.
I feel like I thought weightlifters are like winter more. I feel like that's like kind of that winter arc.
Yeah.
You know, full grind mode.
It's just, I just came out of winter, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of I'm ready for spring.
Yeah. I
Are
feel
you
that for
cutting
sure.
for summer?
A little bit actually, yeah. Not really for summer, but I'm
Getting
trying to move down in a weight class.
So go through that. What's the kind of like the weight class deal when it comes to powerlifting? Like
So it's about 15 pounds. I mean, it's pretty similar to wrestling. I would say there's less room, so it's about 15 pounds difference.
Okay.
But I mean, it's basically just wrestling in the way that it's you would cut if you're like right above the weight class, then you cut to the one below, and if you're sitting at like right at the top of weight class, you just maintain what you got.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So what weight class are you in currently?
89 kilo.
Oh, okay.
What's that in American?
That's
An American.
it's like 196 pounds.
Dang. All
What
right.
are you trying to get down to?
180.
Ooh.
But I mean,
Wow.
I'm not at the top of 90 or of 89. I was 87 this morning. 187 this morning. So
So you kind of lift up right now,
yes,
like instead
yeah.
of down. Okay.
Well,
okay.
I got pretty fat for a while. I was like 203 earlier this year. So
Dang.
yeah.
How does that cutting work? Like, are you like doing what like UFC fighters do, like kind of like not eating, like saunas, stuff like that, or is it just like kind of just changing whatever you do, like eating wise?
Yeah. So I don't usually mean to cut. Most of the time, it just kind of happens. It's like I'll go skiing or I'll go on like a hiking trip and I'll come back and be like 7 pounds less.
Sounds like a dream right now. Just go be active and lose 7 pounds. I wish.
Well, usually it just like comes down to like just cutting back in small portions. Like as long as if I'm not drinking, 2 liters of chocolate milk a day, then I'll
Yeah.
lose. I'll lose some
Big
weight.
chocolate milk guy here. Like we'll be in chapel and Johnny's walking in with this huge chocolate milk. So, hey, chocolate milk, if you see this, let's give Johnny a sponsor.
Yeah.
Right there.
What are some of your maxes right now?
So the most I've ever back squatted was 513 pounds. It's 232.5 kilos. I did that in a powerlifting competition, and then I benched 360 in the McCallie weight room, and then I think I deadlifted like 518 in a powerlifting competition. But I haven't done powerlifting lifts in a while because I've been focusing more on snatch and clean and jerk, the 2 Olympic lifts.
Okay.
So
And how much have you improved in those? Like,
dude, a ton. It's been a crazy few months for me.
Yeah. Because I know you kind of
Yeah.
started that in the weight room with Coach
Yeah,
Henderson.
yeah.
What were your maxes then and then now compared to now?
Yeah, I could probably snatch Earlier this year, I could probably snatch 165 probably.
Yeah.
And I could clean and jerk like maybe like, I think my clean was 250, but a clean and jerk probably like 225.
Yeah.
Dude, now I did 295 clean and jerk like last week, and I snatched 225 a couple weeks ago in a competition.
Dang.
Snatching 225.
I'm wondering, like, you're like, I know when people go to boarding school and go back home, like everyone is kind of like, wow, like you've grown up so much. Like, what happened? Like your first like going back from freshman year, like you came here, guess kind of decided that, hey, I'm gonna start this powerlifting journey, and then went back home. What was people's like kind of like, what did they think?
Yeah. Actually, I got a lot of comments on my physique when I came back.
Yeah.
It was either that I was fat or that I was like huge, muscular wise.
Yeah.
I would show up to the like town country club weight room, and I would see people from my middle school, and like they just couldn't believe how strong I was. It's a different, like, McCallie makes you really understand like how high level athletically we are.
Yeah.
Because I went back home and no one could match my strength.
Yeah.
And I come here and then I just get annihilated in the weight room. So
I mean, there are some genetic freaks in the weight room. Trust me. Like I think I go in there thinking, oh man, I can lift pretty good, and then I look to my left and Johnny is squatting 300 pounds more than me. So,
what motivated you to start lifting? Did you get your heart broken? You know,
I'll tell you that winter arc, man. He saw like a David Goggins episode.
Nah,
and just
for real.
took it to heart. He's gonna carry the boats.
yeah. Well, actually, I probably got to give my inspiration to my dad. He's like super into health and longevity. And so we have a weight room in our, well, it's more of a home gym, but it's in our basement. And so originally I just like wanted to be confident in my physique, and like I wanted to be healthy and like athletic. And so I just went to him and was like, you know, can you get me there? And so I started out doing a lot of cardio, actually. I was running like 3 times a week, and I would do like a lot, like minimal rest in between sets. And then I just started to like really enjoy the lifting part of my routine. And then I just was like, I just threw running out the window.
Yeah. So when you came to McCallie, you kind of had that basis already for working out and like coming here and having a gym available to you all the time, just kind of put more gas into the fire.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had already been lifting for a year or so.
Yeah. And
I had made enough progress to where I was like confident in my strength to you know, perform in Henderson weights. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But, you know, talking about that family aspect, how was that like kind of leaving that kind of regimen of normal home, and you talk about leaving your friends in middle school to transitioning to be a boarder in like a new place, new town, and, you know, still trying to keep the same things at home? Like, how was transitioning into McCallie life?
It was pretty easy for me. I didn't really have a lot in Atlanta. I only had like one really good friend. So I wasn't really leaving a lot. So that allowed me to like fully immerse myself in the McCallie culture. So off rip, like I was making as many friends as I possibly could, and just getting involved. So McCallie actually made it really easy for me. By, you know, hosting all those events, being in Presley, you know, the deal.
Yeah. I mean, you talked about your RAs being such a big influence, and like coming in, I feel like a lot of people have like a completely different mindset. Like they're kind of focusing on home a lot more. And kind of afraid of making new friends. But I mean, how was that like coming in, like already knowing what you wanted to do and then meeting all these new guys, like going into the lifting and stuff? Like did you carry any guys from Presley with you? Like start like a little like lifting club basically?
Kinda. Actually, yeah, like within the first week I had a few guys that I had somewhat inspired, I would say, to come down there. They were quickly not involved in the weight room. I will say there was this one kid, he left after freshman year, but his name was Preston Welty, and he was already into the gym. So I think seeing me having bigger numbers than him got kind of inspired
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I mean, that's motivation for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can't
he
blame
was
that.
definitely in there a lot. Yeah.
How is life in Belk?
Yeah.
And for all our listeners,
In the
Belk
trap.
is one of the dorms on McCallie campus.
Presley's the best dorm.
I don't know if
Shout out Polar Bears right now. Top of the Big Five.
I don't
I
know
thought you
if
were the Ice Weasels.
Straight Ducks. Nah, we're Polar Bears.
Oh, okay.
Switched up the flow a little bit. New name, new team. Same winning
You can't-
mindset.
Y'all actually changed it.
Polar Bears.
They used to be the Ice Weasels.
We move
for
different. We
everybody.
Polar Bears now. Yeah, Palm. Palm. Yeah, that's what y'all don't know about it. We're first right now. It's whatever. We're bringing freshmen on top right now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's because I haven't been out there playing.
Yeah, you show up. You show up.
But how would you describe, being a Belk elk?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Belk. I feel like there's a lot of negative connotations about Belk, but I would say like the community of Belk is the best that I've experienced so far.
Yeah.
At McCallie, and honestly, like weirdly enough, I would say that it has to do somewhat with the architectural structure of the dorm, like the fact that the rooms are so close to each other.
Yeah.
And the hallways are just so dense. Like when you go in Presley, there's probably like double the room in the hallways versus Belk. And so it kind of feels like a bunker in there. But anyway,
I thought it was like an actual bunker.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was.
I think it was, yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah,
Like, the
like
basement
the
is
basement
real
is the
bunker.
real
Yeah.
bunker. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the closeness of each room allows for like a lot of communication, and also the doors don't automatically close.
Yeah.
So like your doors just stay open.
Mm-hmm.
So oftentimes you're like having conversations between rooms, which I think fosters a lot of community
Yeah.
in the dorm.
I must say Belk is like, I feel like the closest brotherhood. Like you can walk into Belk and have a conversation with anyone.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I mean, Presley, it's a little harder because everyone's freshmen and still trying to figure out their way and their steps in McCallie. But I feel like you can walk into Belk no matter who you are or like what you do at McCallie, and you can find a conversation with someone. So
Yeah.
I fully agree with that. That's probably the only thing that I'd agree with Belk for. I'm biased. I'm gonna keep it on it. I'm biased. I'm gonna keep it.
I think
Dude,
North
honey.
Hutch is the best dorm.
Okay, this guy.
I
looks
do
the
love
best.
North.
You just got yappers on this.
It
shit.
looks the best. It's so diverse. Like, there's so many different types of people
It's not true.
in North Hutch. Like, if you go to Belk,
You
it's
see
mainly
the
same people.
Well, I think that's what I like about it, though. Is it not like you feel like more of a community in some ways?
Anyway,
I mean,
listeners,
I just like North Hutch because I get to interact with people that I'll never talk to. Like,
I understand.
I'm
I
a
did
senior
live
in
there.
a freshman dorm. Like these guys are from everywhere. They have every different personality you can think
I'm
of.
saying, but you're surrounded by freshmen.
But
I
like
have
that's the thing. Like I
sophomores,
could like motivate them. You know, what I'm saying?
juniors, seniors.
Some freshmen got mindsets of juniors and seniors. You just gotta, you know what I'm
Name
saying?
some.
I can't be name dropping on the on the podcast, but they know who they are. Like some freshmen, like some of them are a little more ready to go, and some of them are still like figuring out their strides in McCallie. I feel like, it's. I mean, all the dorms I think have their own perk, for sure.
I mean, but if you had to choose the best all around dorm, it's probably North Hutch.
That is just not
I
true.
think we could all probably agree.
I feel like if we took a poll, I feel like Burns honestly would win. Like,
Absolutely not.
oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, maybe not this year, but I feel like that's another thing. Like different dorm shifts. Like some years, like some people all rotate to one dorm, and then other years, like it's like the dorm's empty. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like y'all had a big surge in the Hutches this year.
Belk is the lacrosse dorm.
That is true. Lacrosse, baseball. What else you can find? You can find a
Yes.
few swimmers scattered
Some
around.
soccer,
A lot of soccer.
but
Caribbean in there too.
yeah, all the
All the Caribbean
all the
boys are in
Caribbean.
Belk. Yeah. Oh, we had a dominoes tournament last weekend. For all you don't know, dominoes is very big in the Caribbean. So yeah, it got pretty loud. Thank God it's a bunker. No one could hear, but we were slamming pretty hard, getting pretty personal because
the
dominoes
Belk
is life.
basement like is huge.
Yeah.
Like I went down there for the first time. I think last year, just exploring. It's so much down there. Like I had no idea all that stuff was down there. Isn't there a driving simulator?
Yeah,
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
bro. That's
I'm telling you, man.
I don't know if it still works. I've never seen anybody use it.
Y'all got those hidden secrets for real. Yeah. But kind of rotating back to kind of talking about lifting, like now that you've lifted now for 3 years, well, 4 years, but 3 years at McCallie, what do you see like in your future for lifting, and how is lifting gonna like continue to help you throughout your future?
Well, as far as like just helping me throughout my future, like it just gives me a like honestly just a reason to wake up. Like I just love it so much. I don't know what I would do without a passion so like strong.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
As far as how far I'm gonna take it, I honestly have no idea. It would be a dream to go to the Olympics someday. Like I would love to go. I'm nowhere close as of now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna compete probably in the national competition in August. And that's honestly not enough time for me to like get strong enough to actually go anywhere with it. But you know, there's always the next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I've been training with Coach Steve Fowler and Olivia Reeves, the girl that won the gold medal
Yep.
in the Olympics. Yes. And so he's kind of been my avenue to compete at a higher level.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that line you said, like there's always the other year. Like I feel like that's something that like even motivates me now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you fall short or, you know, building up to something, like it's good to remember that there's still another year. Like your life just doesn't stop there. And that passion you talk about, like I think it's like fuel in your stomach.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some days it's difficult. Like I feel like we all have that at McCallie, like getting up for school, getting up for weights, but I feel like just finding that avenue and like that direction that you want to go for, it really does motivate you to keep going. So, yeah, I resonate with you heavy with that statement right there. Yeah.
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 what are some lessons that you learned from like through lifting that translates to your everyday life?
Yeah. I would say probably the biggest one is patience. Lifting is just so painfully slow. I mean, like when your body can't recover fast enough to be producing the same level of intensity every single day, you know, you got to take a day off. Or like your levels of strength will sometimes like blast through the roof and you'll see major improvement. And then sometimes for months you'll go and you can't get any better. And it's just like, sometimes it can be pretty demoralizing. But yeah, I just think perseverance and like patience is kind of like knowing that there is going to be a point where you do reach that level that you're shooting for, and just kind of like keep giving it everything you got, because you know it's pretty easy to go in there sometimes and just not give it everything because you're kind of thinking like, you know, I won't even get to where I want to get if I do this. So yeah, to go in there every single time with the same mindset has definitely helped me like in academically and socially.
Yeah.
I remember you were telling me about how much you hate days off. Will you talk a little bit about
Dude,
that?
I hate days off. Yeah, so I just get so like fired up when I get to go lift. Like it's just electric, you know. And so on the days that I actually took a rest day yesterday and it was so bad. Oh my gosh, dude. I was like trying to take a nap and I was like amped. Like I couldn't sleep. I don't know. It's just something about like having to take that day off. It's just so annoying. Like I just wish I could do what I love, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy passion right there for sure.
That's a mentality, everybody.
Yeah.
We would live in a perfect world if everybody thought that way.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I can tell you, I'm plagued with the opposite. Like I love a day off to just sleep and rest, but I do understand that amped up ability. Like you know, like you really want to. I think when I take too long of a break, I'm like, okay, now like listen, like we're doing a little too much. Like it's time to get back to what we love for sure. But I hate getting like sick and stuff like that. I think it just stops your progress. Like. I think my coach when I was younger told me when I was like 8 or 9 that every one day you miss is 2 days someone in the world got over you. And I feel like I really took that to heart because I was like, dang, like I let someone get over me like just because I wanted to take a nap. So I feel like that's something that everyone should adopt. Like, you know, that every one day you miss is 2 days someone got over you. And I've had that in my mind since I was a kid, and then I'm still trying to, master that statement. But I feel like the closer you can get to that, like how Johnny is, the closer the more you be better at whatever you're working towards. So
Well, it can definitely be detrimental.
yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I'll train on the weekends and I'll get back into the gym on Monday, and my coach will have something for me to do, and I literally just fail. Like I just can't do it. It's just that's even more demoralizing than taking a day off. So.
Failure isn't the recipe for success. So
Yeah. I'm just curious, how detrimental is a sick day for you? Or like if you get the flu.
It is so bad. Actually, matter of fact, earlier in February, I got sick and I had like a pretty bad fever, and I just didn't go to the infirmary.
Oh boy.
Because I was competing on Sunday. It was probably like Thursday, and I was taking the ACT on Saturday, and then I had to wake up at 4 or 5 to go compete on Sunday, and it was brutal. It was so bad. I just pushed through. I took the ACT with a freaking headache, and then showed up to compete. It was. My numbers suffered pretty heavy. I probably lost like 30 to 40 pounds off of what I could have done.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was bad.
I can imagine those sicknesses like where like you lose so much weight. Like,
for sure.
I feel like that would hurt you even way more, because like I know that like building with that regular power and then to get sick and come back, like you feel weak. Like it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. You're tough for that one for sure.
Yeah.
But we do have a really deep question. I feel like we asked everyone this, kind of wrapping up their segment. But what would your advice be to someone that's coming into McCallie next year? Someone that's fresh on campus, first day, and they decide to pull out their phone and click on your episode to hear what your advice was. Like, what would you say to that freshman?
I don't know. I think a lot of people freshman year tend to be scared to immerse themselves. I know that my roommate freshman year had a hard time letting go of his friends at where he was from, home. But I would say just like truly immersing yourself in everything around you. Some of the most meaningful and fulfilling conversations I've ever had have just been just hanging with my roommate like late at night, just about to go to bed. Actually, like a few nights ago, me and my roommate stayed up till like 1 or so talking. And it's just like things like that are just so important to me, because personally to me, I kind of like crave like a good human interaction. I just can't be alone for too long.
Yep.
And so I think McCallie definitely gives you that opportunity to immerse yourself in that culture and get to know the people around you, but more importantly, like discuss like real topics, just like things that affect our everyday lives, like, school, girls, religion, lifting, whatever it is. And so, I think that McCallie is your avenue to do that. And if freshmen were to do that off rip, I think they would find a much better experience freshman year.
Yep. True. Yeah.
Johnny.
Clap it up there. Wow.
Thank you.
Johnny,
Yeah. Johnny, I must say.
you're one of a kind.
Yeah. Yeah, he took the words out of my mouth.
Y'all are nice.
No,
No, seriously.
like I feel like your mindset is gonna take you a long way. Like I know we're gonna be gone, and this campus is gonna be yours next year.
Whoa.
But
It's not yet.
Yeah, but no, I feel like that mindset and just you as a person is gonna carry you way farther than just
Yeah.
McCallie.
I mean,
I
if
hope
you
so.
can apply like the way that you think about weightlifting to your career or a business you want to start or class or literally anything in life, like, bro, you will be straight. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah. And I mean, I do encourage you to keep like doing what you did freshman year, like kind of motivating those guys and like grabbing guys, not only just lift, but literally just have those deep conversations.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you being able to, I know you're kind of thinking of going to be a Presley RA, but I feel like you going to Presley and just being able to show those guys that, having a tough mindset doesn't make you a robot. Like you can still have those conversations, still be a regular person, still talk to girls. That's a big thing that the freshmen kind of get mixed up. Like I feel like they think they lock into one thing, they're gonna lose all their focus on other things. But I feel like just speaking to you now, like you just talking to a freshman when they're having like a rough day or a rough week, missing home would be something that could change their mindset and their image on not only McCallie but their life in general. So
I mean, you motivate me.
Yeah.
And I know you think like I'm just talking right now, but seriously, like hearing some of the stuff that you say, like it makes me think, man, am I going hard enough in my endeavors and stuff or in my life? Like seriously, I mean, you could be
I
a
appreciate
motivational
that.
speaker or something.
I mean, saying that, like, let's address the elephant in McCallie. There's a new show that's been started. I hope you guys check it out. It's called Tornado Watch. Unfortunately, they are a little bit cooler than us, but with Johnny's talk, he's got me motivated to go lift right now. So I feel like if you guys are interested in seeing me and Noah take on some of our,
let's go pump some.
That's
iron.
what I'm saying. Some of our guests. If you're interested in seeing some of our guests, like us go and take on some of their endeavors, you type on the Instagram on the on the YouTube. We'll get our guy to let us know. Let us do it. I'm just shooting in the dark here. If y'all want to see it, we'll do it.
Man.
We'll convince me and Noah to get down there. But
bench press competition.
That's what I'm saying between those. But no, Johnny, we do appreciate you for coming on the show.
Let's go.
Like we're not just speaking. Like you are a really good guy, and McCallie's lucky to have you. So I do and hope that next year we get to see a lot more of Johnny.
Yeah.
On the podcast maybe.
Let's go. Put me on the show.
We'll see. But again, thank you.
All right. Thank y'all. I'm flattered. I love McCallie. Love y'all boys. Love Tornado Talk.
And this is episode
62. Hopefully we'll be back for 63 in the next week. So keep looking out for that.
Yeah.
Tornado
Talk
out.